tires. Welcome to the Remington Park Update, offering full coverage of the first multiple stakes card of the Remington meeting. The final 5 races on that March 19th program were graded, with the rich Oklahoma Futurity, an open grade 2, as the headliner. That's on its way later, but we begin with 3-year-olds and up in the grade 2 East Tex, a $50,000 test at 350 yards. The clear horse to beat here is 8-5 favorite Relentlessly in jockey Raul Valenzuela. When last seen at Remington Park, Relentlessly won the Grade 2 Heritage Place Derby last May, doing it stylishly by nearly a length and beating major winner Instigator in the process. A winner 4 times in 7 local tries, Relentlessly makes his 2022 debut from post 1.
They're off on the Decada Stakes. Relentlessly sharp on the inside, breaks on top, almost out by a length. Apolitical Red Flash chasing out second. Trying to come on, Juice is Loose farther outside. Wyberg, El Camino CL, and JK Wildcat Red. Here comes Juice is Loose, but Relentlessly got the jump at the gate. Is out by 2. Relentlessly on top easily.
Relentlessly beats them out of the gate, and with only minimal urging, towers over the East Tex field under Raul Valenzuela. Now a Grade 2 winner at 3 and 4 years of age, Relentlessly returns to his favorite track with his 5th win in 8 tries at RP and 7th from 13 overall starts. The Texas-bred colt by He's Relentless, from Runaway Renata, was bred by Randy or Sandy Coleman and races for Aguila Negra Racing Incorporated. Jose Huerta trains. Apolitical Red Flash is second with Juice is Loose third. The time for the winner, 17.507 seconds. We go from a race honoring East Tex, the great champion so associated with Oklahoma from his lengthy retirement there, to the Grade 2 Decada Stakes for fillies and mares 3 and up at 350 yards. This $50,000 event honors the Oklahoma-bred 1964 All-American Futurity winner and successful broodmare Decada. From New Mexico is the battle-tested top earner Valiant Stars. This 4-year-old Fred Danley pupil is 6-5 off a winning 2022 debut at Sunland Park in February. She had a big 2021, which included this runner-up finish to world champion Whistle Stop Cafe in the Rainbow Oaks. With earnings of nearly $250,000, Valiant Stars teams with Noe Garcia Jr. From the Mike Robbins barn is a Dash of Sign. Her last start was a big one, going gate to wire and winning the Grade 2 Southern California Derby at Los Alamitos December 19th. No stranger to big competition, she ran a good 5th in last year's Grade 1 Mildred Vessels Memorial Handicap and qualified for the Grade 1 Los Alamitos Super Derby. Eugenio Navarrete Jr. has the call at 7-2 from post 9.
They're off the Decada Stakes. Slow start, Corona Relentless out sharply. One Cool Dreamer also right there. Apolitical J. Julia on top right now. Almost halfway home, and she has the lead by almost a full length. One Cool Dreamer. Here comes a Dash of Sign to the far outside. Also running big at the rail. Valiant Stars. A Dash of Sign. Apolitical J. Julia. A Dash of Sign on top by a neck in the Decada.
Doing it almost entirely on her own courage, a Dash of Sign sweeps by Apolitical J. Julia and Valiant Stars with a powerful kick under Eugenio Navarrete Jr. An Oklahoma-bred 4-year-old filly by Tempting Dash from graded winner A Trace of Paint. A Dash of Sign was bred by the Mixer Ranch and is owned by Reliance Ranches, LLC. She boosts her career bankroll to $213,000 plus with this win for trainer Mike Robbins.
It took her a while to get herself, she ran good here earlier 2-year-old year, but then she kind of hit a flat spot on us, and it took her a while to mature. And since she's later on this year, last 4 or 5 outs, she's really come around and done really well. She likes to run fresh, and we were coming off a good race out there, and we just kind of freshened her up and breezed her a couple of times, and she really likes to run distance.
In winning the Grade 2 Decada, a Dash of Sign goes 350 in 17.393 seconds. We have a lot more to show you, including the Oklahoma Futurity and Derby, and a Grade 1 for Paints and Appaloosas. All that and more is next.
Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association encourages the breeding and ownership of Oklahoma-bred horses, promotes and protects racing opportunities in the state, and represents our members' interests at the state capitol. Learn more at oqhra.com.
Trials for the Oklahoma Futurity and Derby were held on separate nights, but during each program, significant storms came through during that aided horses entered in the later races. The Grade 3 Oklahoma Derby at 350 yards had 7 trials, and the final 4 of those produced all of the qualifiers. Fastest of those is number 2 Famous Coronas, whose trial produced 4 of the 10 qualifiers. Among them is his runner-up Revenant Moon, the 2021 AQHA champion 2-year-old filly. 5-time winner Dashing Movement is 2-1 from the outside.
All points bulletin, moving well to the outside. Valerity now rolling outside farther. Revenant Moon and also Dashing Movement. Up front, though, the big battle, it's All Points Bulletin on the lead. All Points Bulletin will get there by more than a half length in the Oklahoma Derby.
They came a-running from the outside at All Points Bulletin, but the Oklahoma-bred daughter of Trace Sace holds on over Dashing Movement on the far outside, with Valerity third in between and Revenant Moon fourth. From the productive Bobby Cox mare All in the Jeans, All Points Bulletin wins her first major race and earns the $105,080 winner's share of the Oklahoma Derby purse. 2 for 6 last year for different connections. She's now 2 for 2 this season for Dunn Ranch and trainer Monty Arosa. Under AQHA champion jockey Francisco Calderon, All Points Bulletin goes 350 yards in 17.612 seconds. Remington Park is home to a lineup of rich futurities for paints and Appaloosas, and the first of those is the Grade 1 Oklahoma Paint and Appaloosa Futurity, this year offering a total purse of $231,435. Signs of Live Wire was 8-5 off a trial victory at the expense of his primary competition in the final, the OSC Golden Boy. They recorded the top times from the 9 trials while finishing a neck apart. Signs of Live Wire drew the outside on trial night but has the rail here.
Farther out, full of run. Here comes the OC Golden Boy and Cowgirl Cartel. Signs of Live Wire on the lead, but one push now from the OC Golden Boy. Signs of Live Wire on top.
Inside or outside doesn't seem to matter to Signs of Live Wire as he again shows good speed and holds off the OSC Golden Boy by a half length with Wagon and Treasure third. Bred in Oklahoma by Alexia Willis, Signs of Live Wire is a colt by CRM Live Wire. From the mare Signs of PYC, her dam Sign Zoomer produced graded quarter horse winners the Polar Vortex and the Fiscal Cliff. The owner is Jeff Adams, who purchased this horse off a Facebook connection, and the trainer who had a big night on March 19th is D. Keener. And as was the case in a winning training race and trial, jockey Jesus Salazar had the mount on Signs of Live Wire. He talks about his trip.
Left to the left a little bit leaving there, but right away he took the lead. Went on with it about a little bit halfway down there. That 9 horse was coming, trying to pass me, and I asked him a little bit more, and he responded, and he finished strong. We ran a real good race.
You confident that he can go on, and there's still a lot more futurities left this spring and summer? Are you confident he can go on?
I honestly believe he can. He's a stud colt. He don't act studdy. He loves his job. He loves to run. He's happy. I'm sure he's probably already wanting to go again.
D. Keener has now won that race 5 times. It has a remarkable history of roaming to several tracks and has even been contested out of state in the past. But the Oklahoma Futurity is the longest running futurity in quarter horse racing and has been a fixture at Remington Park since 2006. The 81st running offered a purse of $440,800. It's a Grade 2 at 300 yards. Jessa Beast may have drawn into a beneficial late race on the windswept trials night, but the Louisiana bred was still most impressive in winning by a length and bringing along 3 other qualifiers. He drew inside for the trial, led it once, and won by a length. The only colt to make the final, this Trey Wood runner, was a $67,000 yearling. He moves outside to post 9 as the 2-1 second choice here under Raul Ramirez Jr. Another from the Wood stable is 11-1 shot Ricanello, the most expensive yearling in the field at $90,000. Ricanello held on by a head in the earliest trial to produce a qualifier, before the conditions favored those in the late races. Tanner Thedford up from post 8. Second among the qualifiers is 8-5 favorite Fancy Scarface. This gelding from the Carrizales barn routed his trial opponents by an open 2 lengths under Juan Pulido. It was the widest margin of victory on March 5th and makes him one to beat in the final from post 3. From the D. Keener barn comes Trace Crystals. Third fastest on trial night, Trace Crystals is a Texas bred who has done everything right so far, winning a training race and following with a strong and decisive win in the trials March 5th over fellow qualifier Return My Corona. Here's Trace Crystals on the inside under Brian Candanosa, who gets the return call in the Futurity. Trace Crystals is the 6-1 fourth choice from post position 7.
They're off in the Oklahoma Futurity. Clean start. Ricanello came away sharply. So did Trace Crystals. Southern Saison at the rail. That's Sunday Silence trying to come on outside. Just a Beast. Trace Crystals puts the nose up front. Here's Just a Beast at the rail. Sunday Silence. Trace Crystals flies up and gets the Oklahoma Futurity by neck.
That's a contentious Futurity, and Trace Crystals comes out on top over Just a Beast, with Sunday Silence third. It's graded win number 3 for 19-year-old jockey Brian Candanosa, and his first in an open graded race.
It was a clean trip. He got in there real confident. He was a little bit too good, too ready, too excited. He felt really good. He had to calm down a little bit, but when the gates opened, it was all him. I was just taking the glory to be with him.
Trace Crystals is a Trace Sace gelding from the mare Crystal Sola, bred in Texas by Simmons Racing and purchased as a yearling for $30,000 by 95-year-old Elizabeth Logan. She entered the sport relatively recently, but now has 2 wins in this race, having taken the 2019 Oklahoma Futurity with EC Revenge. Mrs. Logan said she felt optimistic going in.
I just felt like he was going to win. I got up this morning and told myself, it's going to be a good day. He's going to win. He did great, and I'm so proud of him. It's wonderful. It's a great feeling.
Elizabeth, she mentioned a while ago, she says, this is the only time you've won this race since we won it? I said, well, this race is kind of hard to win. This horse has been a pretty natural racehorse. I mean, he does everything right. You know, he hadn't tried to screw up yet. You know, he's done everything right.
Trace Crystals fights off challengers from inside and outside in winning the Oklahoma Futurity in 15.498 seconds for 300 yards. The Remington Park Update is sponsored by Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association, the official horseman's representative for quarter horse, paint, and Appaloosa racing in the Sooner State. Coming up on March 31st at Remington Park is a pair of interesting stakes races. 2021 AQHA champion distance runner Wascally Whittle Wabbit is among the nominees for the Grade 2 Pauls Valley, a $50,000 guaranteed race at 870 yards. If he goes, it will be the Wabbit's season debut. The Michael Joyner trainee won the Pauls Valley last year among his numerous major scores. And Oklahoma-bred 3-year-olds and up will go that same night in the restricted Grade 2 Mr. Jet Moore, a $68,000 guaranteed test at 350 yards. Among the nominees, stakes veterans Charlie's Fury and J.C. Wild King, along with millionaire, multiple Grade 1 winner Impressum, the 2021 AQHA champion 3-year-old. We'll have full recaps of those on an upcoming show. That's all for now. On behalf of all of us at Raceview Network, I'm Jim Byers. Thanks for watching. And look for us next time on Facebook, our YouTube channel, and Twitter feed for the next Remington Park Update.